The wizard had a saying he repeated every spring. A boat that sleeps through winter wakes up hungry for attention. And so it was that on the first bright morning of spring, the wizard gathered his family crew for what he called the annual awakening of the old girl. The marina was beginning to stir back to life after the quiet months. Gulls circled overhead. The water shimmered with that pale green color that always arrived when the seasons began to turn. The wizard stood on the dock with a small clipboard in hand. His granddaughter held a sponge. His daughter carried a toolbox. His younger son had a box filled with mysterious mechanical parts that rattled every time he walked. The wizard looked over his crew proudly. "Today," he announced, "we are not just visiting the boat. We are bringing her back to life." The philosophy of spring cleanup. The wizard stepped aboard first. "Now remember," he said, "spring cleaning on a sailboat is not about making things fancy. It is about restoring order." He gestured around the deck. "There are random things that appear on boats over the winter: ropes, tools, coffee cups, mysterious bolts that nobody remembers installing." His daughter laughed. "That sounds familiar. So today," the wizard continued, "our goal is simple. Clean the decks, organize the cabin, put everything back where it belongs, inspect every system, and most importantly," he added, "we spend the day together." The engine that came from a jeep. Soon the wizard lifted the engine hatch. Inside rested the Atomic 4 engine, a compact 4-cylinder marine motor that had powered sailboats for generations. The wizard tapped the engine gently. "This little fellow," he said proudly, "is practically a cousin to the engines used in World War II jeeps." His son leaned in. "It looks ancient." "It is ancient," the wizard replied cheerfully. "And that's why it works." He pointed to the spark plugs. "First job. We change the 4 spark plugs." Then he pointed to the distributor. "This engine still runs on points and condenser." The granddaughter tilted her head. "What's that?" The wizard grinned. "It's how engines worked before computers tried to take over the world. The curious art of changing boat oil." Next came the oil change. The wizard held up a small pump and a long tube. "Now this," he said, "is where boats become strange. You cannot drain oil out the bottom like a car. Instead, he slid the tube down into the engine. You suck the oil out." His son laughed. "That sounds like surgery." "In a way it is," said the wizard. The old oil slowly flowed into bottles. "When we finish," he explained, "we dispose of it properly. Some marinas have recycling tanks. Others require careful disposal." The granddaughter held one of the bottles carefully. "It smells funny." "That," the wizard said, "is the smell of mechanical history. Fuel and fire." Next came the fuel system. The wizard opened the fuel filter. "This filter keeps water out of the fuel," he explained. "If water gets into the carburetor, the engine begins to cough like a pirate who swallowed the ocean." They cleaned the filter and added fresh gasoline. The wizard poured a small additive into the tank. "This helps remove any hidden water." His daughter wrote notes. "Everything goes into the new ship's log," she said. The wizard nodded. The old logbook disappeared somewhere between wind and wave many years ago. "So today," he said proudly, "we begin again. The Carburetor Mystery." The wizard inspected the carburetor. "Sometimes these need cleaning," he said. "Old fuel leaves behind tiny deposits." His son peered closer. "So it's like cleaning arteries," the wizard smiled. "Exactly. Boats are living creatures." The sail inspection. Next came the mainsail. They hoisted part of it up the mast. The wizard looked carefully into the folds. "In spring we must check for sting bugs or wasp nests." Sure enough, one small nest sat near the sail cover. The wizard gently sprayed insecticide. Every sailor must respect the creatures of the sea, he said, but sometimes they choose the wrong apartment, the granddaughter giggled. The wood that needed to shine later, they opened a small can of teak oil. The wizard handed out rubber gloves. This is where the boat begins to glow again. They wiped the oil carefully across the wooden trim. Slowly the dull gray wood turned warm and golden. The granddaughter's eyes widened. It's shiny. Yes, the wizard said. Wood loves to drink oil after winter. Safety lessons. The wizard gathered everyone together. When working on boats, he said, there are important rules. Wear gloves, avoid breathing fumes, work slowly, respect tools, and always, he added, take breaks for coffee. His daughter raised the thermos. That rule I support. The hunter-gatherer phase. By mid-afternoon the wizard had started a list. Parts they needed included spark plugs, new points, fuel filter, carburetor cleaner, lubricants. His son looked at the growing list. So this is the hunter-gatherer phase. Exactly, said the wizard. Maintaining a boat requires many small expeditions to hardware stores. The ship's log reborn. As the sun began to set, the wizard opened a fresh notebook. On the first page he wrote, ship's log, spring awakening date, first day of spring, tasks begun, cabin organization, engine inspection, oil extraction, fuel filter service, sail inspection, wood treatment crew present. The wizard, his daughter, his son, his granddaughter. The wizard looked around the little boat. We did not finish everything today, he said. But boats are patient teachers. We will return. The old girl awakens before leaving. The wizard patted the engine again. One more trip, he said, and we will start her up. And when she runs smoothly, he pointed toward the open water beyond the marina. The old girl will be ready to sail again. The granddaughter squeezed his hand. Can I come when we sail? The wizard smiled. You are part of the crew now. The marina lights flickered on as evening settled across the water. And the old sailboat, freshly awakened from winter, rested quietly at the dock, waiting for the wind. God bless the sailors, the sea, and the patient work that keeps old boats alive. Robert Coley.